How you doing, YouTube? It's Will from Will Development. This is my 45th weekly update. Excuse me, I did not get enough water today and my mouth's a little dry. So, we'll just get right through this and we'll all be on our way. So, this week went really well, actually, especially all things considered. Saturday, did some stone training, got some really good stone training in, very happy with how that went. Saturday night, I'm just getting into my nightly routine of just normal stretches I go through here and there. Just specific things for me that I want to work on to keep X, Y, and Z moving in the right direction. Let's just put it that way. A lot of ankle mobility stuff, especially for my squats, and some quad flexibility stuff, just because honestly I just think it's cool to have quad flexibility. But anyway, and I'm going back into one of my stretches, and all of a sudden I felt a pinch, and then my left lat just locked up and just kept a spasm, cramp, whatever you want to call it, probably a cramp, just constantly, just on. And it just, and nothing I did would make it turn off. And here we are almost a week later, and it is still there. It's not as painful. It was so bad on Monday and Tuesday that every time I would breathe, it would hurt. And I can deal with quite a bit of pain. It's whatever, just kind of block it out. It doesn't matter. You know, pain's a very temporary thing, / been dealing with pain for so long that it's just whatever. But like, if I can't breathe and I'm in pain, it's a recipe for me not being able to make it. Because then I just can't muster the energy to just kind of bear through whatever's, well, killing me. And so Monday and Tuesday were really rough in that regard, but that being said, I still got some good work done on squats and some farmer holds. The big mistake I made, I think, was doing some pull-ups. I said, yeah, let me do some pull-ups too. Maybe that'll relax it. It did the opposite. It made it flared it right back up, and it hurt a lot more. Tuesday with my pressing, when I came in, I was like, I feel okay. I feel like I can breathe okay. I said, I got work to do on axle clean and press. Let's get it done. And I did manage to get all the work done there that I was supposed to. Skip the accessories because I was like, let me just get out of here before it all just hurts too much again. Wednesday off, spent most of the day Wednesday after work pouring stones, actually, and then after just kind of just laid on a lacrosse ball trying to find some spot that would get this to just kind of relax finally. Could not find a spot after about an hour and a half of rolling around and laying and rolling around and laying. I've tried buffer, I've tried sort of laying on the floor while kind of relaxing the lat and pushing it into itself, trying to get it to just sort of relax, and it just will not quit. But I said, screw it. You know, it doesn't hurt that much. It was maybe at an 8. Woke me up a couple times Monday and Tuesday night. Now it's down to maybe a 5, 6. It's just past uncomfortable. Constantly, it doesn't hurt anymore, so, you know, like I said, all things considered, it's been a pretty good week, and I'm not going to complain very much about it. But it did put a damper on a lot of things that I wanted to do. That being said, squats on Thursday went really good as well. Really changed my technique a lot. High bar, more narrow. Started wrapping my thumb around the bar. I used to take a thumbless grip. Now I actually wrap the thumb, and I feel like I can keep everything a lot tighter that way and a lot more stable all throughout my back and everything. And then today was another overhead day. Did some log clean and press. Pretty happy with myself that I can still clean and strict 170 on a log. Wasn't sure if I could still strict that. And the first rep I did, I was just like, oh wow, okay. It just flew right up and got out of the rack and just boom, shot right up. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm happy with that. And I did actually get some farmer holds done. Did about 75% of comp weight. wanted to do 2 sets of a minute 10, but I ended up just getting 1 set done. The very first set I tried, when I stood up with it, I hit something in the back with the back of the farmer. Couldn't believe I hit it, and should have just shrugged it off and kept moving, but it got in my head too much, and I just happened to move, and I was just like, this one's a waste, just start over. So I did get 1 set done. Went to go for a second, and I got to about 25 seconds in, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to make the minute 10 at this rate. And one of the things about grip is you really don't want to you don't want to go to failure with grip, because it takes a really long time for all those little muscles to recover sometimes, especially because you're using your hands constantly. But it can take some time for it all to recover if you go to failure. So I don't want to ever fail with the grip and push it all the way, unless I'm at a comp. That's a different story. But this is not a comp. This is training. So we're May, June. I still have 8 weeks to increase the weight 25%. I know I can do 75% for at least 1 set of a record time, so it's just going to be slowly increasing the weight, manipulating this and that. Hopefully this lat feels better in the meantime, so I don't have to deal with that too. But it is what it is so far. It hasn't really hampered much of my training, and hopefully it'll stay that way. So yeah, still not going to complain. In general, it's really good training week this week too, and I'm very happy. Programming seems to be on point, hitting all the numbers I'm planning on hitting. I think I go for a recent deadlift PR next week on Thursday. I think will be a PR. I think it's a PR squat and deadlift day, so that's kind of cool. And I say PR, it'll be a PR for this body weight. I've hit 475 or 485. I don't remember which one. Back when I weighed like 205 walking around weight, and right now I'm at 185 walking around. I called my 435 at, it's probably about 180 that morning when I pulled the 435. So if I can pull 435 at this body weight, or even 440, I'm happy with that for now. And then we'll just start the process over again, and just keep slowly building it up. Press is not going to be a PR for a while, based on the programming, but that's fine. I don't mind. May even just PR at the comp. That'd be fine with me too. I'm okay with that. So yeah. Even with this stupid lat thing going on, still a really good week of training. So I guess the moral for this week is, even if you have a hindrance, do your best to work around it, and just train smart. Sometimes you got to pull back a little bit. I know on Monday with the squats, even though they did go well, I did end up cutting a couple sets out just because I could feel it flaring up, and I was like, this is not good, can't do it. And I don't want to fail in training right now through this block. That's my big plan, is to not fail anything I have planned throughout this block. So I'm working really hard to keep that from happening. So yeah, don't let one little hindrance keep you back from everything. Work around it best you can, and pull back where you have to, and then go all out where you can. And if you don't, then what's your excuse?